an invitation, because every time you come into the house of God, that's an invitation from God. God is giving you an invitation, but you walk into the house, but you walk in empty handed. So he said he required that you bring an offering and the first fruit of your obligation. You are required. You are required to give an offering and your first fruit. But this is the true test, because everybody wants to be blessed, but everybody don't want to do what it takes to get blessed. And this is going to be the test this week. This is going to be the test this week, because this coming Sunday is Super Sunday, in which we all are going to give 1 week of our salary. And we're going to give that to God. We're giving it because it's going into our building fund so we can purchase our building. We're giving. Now, don't stand up here and talk about how holy you are, how sanctified you are, how so in touch with God you are, but you don't give nothing. Had a leader in this church, and I'm close. Leader in this church who came to me and told me, Bishop, I'm not going to be able to give first fruit. And I listened to him, and as this person began to tell me, I said to this person, you would never, ever be able to stand up in this church and preach on faith ever again. Because if you can't believe God in your first fruit giving, then you can't get up and teach on faith. Can't happen. You contradicting yourself. To get up and to preach something that you don't believe in wholeheartedly yourself. And so I said to the person, I said, if that's what you want to do, I'm not begging you to do it. But I said to this person, guess what? God will get his money. And this week that this individual had, after they told me all they had to pay out, Brother Darren, it didn't just wait till Friday. This happened on Monday. Just talked with him Friday. Talked with him Sunday. And the very next day, the trouble began. And after the person told me all the money that they had to pay out, it went over what he had to pay in first fruit. I said, you got to understand, God is going to get his money, and God will give it to somebody that's going to do right by it. So I'm challenging you all. Everybody said they want a financial blessing from God. They want a financial miracle. You want to get out of this hole? I'm telling you, there are witnesses all around. You just ask them what has happened as a result of them giving their first fruit. And begin to listen to the testimonies of what has happened after they've given their first fruit. God has gone over and beyond what is required of him to bless his people because they've been faithful in their giving. You're not going to beat him. So I'm challenging you, when Sunday comes, I want y'all coming here excited and happy to give, and you watch what God do. Watch and see what God does. God is going to bless you. Now, mind me, let me say this, and that I know some of you, it may not fall in your pay period. This may not fall in your pay period. I think some of you did give the finance committee IOUs last year and say, hey, this is not my pay period, but this is what I'm going to give. So I just want to go ahead and give y'all that this note saying this is what I'm going to give, and I'll give it to you my next pay day. Not next year's pay day. Some folks put a time on that, and it was a month later. And all the residue of the anointing had already passed. You still said I'm gonna do it. That's happened. But if it doesn't fall on your pay period, then get them a note and tell them, hey, next pay period, I'm gonna take care of it. And we have no problem with that. But I'm expecting God, yes.
I do have a question. What is the significance of the date?
that we use in March, the third Sunday in March. Yeah, I just pray now, God. And that's really, it's really no significant time that we can do it. I've always said in my mind that the third month of the year, I use that month as the time to do it. You know, I did that for a reason for those folks who get their income tax. Because some folks said something to me about, you know, they struggling, they straining, so I knew income tax would be around that time, and maybe if they wanted to use the income tax to pay their 1 week, I have no problem with that. So that really was the purpose of me doing it around that time of season. But it doesn't matter when we actually really do it. The whole purpose of you doing sacrificial giving is that you got to believe God, that God is going to take care of you. And God will honor those who will honor him with their money. He's going to honor you. He's going to bless you. Because I don't want to be in the land of lack. I'm not in the land of lack. I'm in the land of more than enough, and that's where I want to stay. I want to stay in the land. I want increase to come into the land of more than enough. I don't never want to go back to the land of lack. I've been there, done that. That ain't a good feeling. I want to be able to have money and thank God for the money that I have and be in a position where I can bless somebody else. That's where I want to be. And bless the church. Amen? Amen. Any questions? Come in. Let's give the Lord a hand clap and pray. So I challenge you all this week. I'm excited about this week. The fast starts on tomorrow, ends on Saturday. I'm thanking God for this fast. Not only that, next Sunday is Super Giving, and then remember, next Sunday night at 6 p.m. is our hour of power, the third Sunday of each month. We're going to come together, we're going to pray. We got a lot to praise and thank God for on next Sunday evening. When we're coming through the fast, we done given our first fruit. We're thanking God for what God has brought us through and what God, the request that has been answered. And we're going to spend 1 hour, that's all it's going to be, from 6 to 7, you all. We're going to spend that time before God. And we're going to thank him for it. Amen?
Amen.
All right. Well, it's giving time, you all.
Amen.